Stop being so sensitive, bitch. You ain't no bad bitch for real. I seen you before you got your ass and titties done.
Is Trina there?
World, are y'all ready? You know what's up when this sound begin. We about to go in. Let's do it. Yeah. You ain't never seen no show like this. Cracking jokes and singing we won't miss. 5150 up in this bitch, yeah. You ain't never seen a show like this. Ghetto folks gon' be all in their bliss, trying to make you laugh until you piss, yeah. Cause you ain't never seen no show like this. 2022, it's on. I'm about to say some real things. Grip the mic and bring the pain. Cause you ain't never seen no show like this. Yeah. Testing, after left old girl crib testing. Yo. Hold up, let me say what's up. What up, baby? My man Go Mac in the house. That's the leader of the joint over there, man. You all right, baby? 5150 is starting. We here at the world famous Coin Academy out here in beautiful. You thought I was gonna say it. Get your goof ass out of here. Hey, I'm Corey Holcomb. This is DarleneOrtiz. That's Kraig over there on the corner. You know what I'm saying, Kraig Facts. If you don't know, I would like to introduce the 5150 Nation to the lead attorney. Give it up for the brother, please. We are so happy to sit up here and chop it up with you. I ain't even worried about it. The talent is here. The questions are here. I mean, like, I don't even know exactly where this is going, but I know this is going to be epic. So let me ask you something, my brother, the lead attorney. Yes, maybe you can help me answer this question. So if a person is trying to find a lawyer, and lawyers don't really have caps on their money or what they can make, right? Correct. How are you going to find a lawyer that is not finna rob your ass? Is that possible, my brother?
I mean, it's like trying to find a good girl. You know, it is possible.
You can't do it. No, I'm fucking with you.
It's a crapshoot.
It's tough. You know, attorneys, just like you said, we're people. We're regular folks. We got our mortgages. We got our own bills. So we're trying to make a living. And a lot of times lawyers will absolutely stack you up. That's in fact what happened to your boy Tyrese. Mm-hmm. I was talking to Tyrese in his court hearing. He pulled me out to the side. He was telling me, he was saying, number one, he didn't even understand why she wanted to get a divorce from him. He was really hurt about that. Mm-hmm. But she was unloading barrels on him. She hired an attorney. That attorney was charging $500-600 an hour. Then she went and hired another attorney while still having the first attorney. And so he was charging $500 an hour. Then, while she had those 2 attorneys, she went and tried to hire another attorney. Now, all the time, Tyrese was having to pay for his attorney and all these other attorneys at the same time.
Right. That's what I'm saying. All you guys who
They
don't
were running
know,
up the bill.
this is what they can do once the war begins. And the war is inevitable because we do not know how to pick quality whores.
Looks like they're saying, can y'all hear me? It looks like they're saying my mic. Is my mic on?
I can't hear. Hold on.
The mic is on. Some people just got bootleg cable they watching it off of. But anyway.
And can I ask this real quick while you just spoke on that? Is it typical that the person with the most money ends up having to pay both sides? Where do they choose that? Like when they say, like, let's just say in that instance, right?
Yeah.
She probably definitely doesn't have as much money or make as much money as he does. When they go ahead and they decide who's liable to pay those other fees, how do they come down to that? Because most of the time I've read about these stories about these couples, and it ends up being the person that's and yet they're not even the one who filed. So
Right.
how does that even?
That's what I was saying, D. Nothing's regulated.
See, yeah, how does that even
Yeah.
occur? Like, is that?
Well, the theory is that each party, there should be a level playing field in a divorce.
Should be.
If a guy makes $1 million and can afford the best attorney and the wife is a stay-at-home mom, it shouldn't be that he gets the best attorney and she has no attorney.
True.
Right.
However.
So you have to level the playing field. So what the judges will do, they will make the husband pay for the wife's attorney, the same attorney that's trying to fuck the husband.
I know.
And, theoretically, it also makes sense, too, because you guys have to remember when you marry these women, if you are making $1 million a year, you are not making $1 million a year. You're only making $500,000 a year because that other $500,000 is her money. So the judge is
When
like,
you marry her.
Exactly, right? Because it's half and half.
Wow.
So the judge is saying, listen,
Well
you're
put.
bringing home $1 million a year, but half of that is her money. So I'm making you pay for her attorney, but really I'm just allowing her access to her money that you are earning every day.
Do you hear that?
It's
you
deep.
stupid in love fucks. You will be destroyed. You cannot allow your heart. I'm telling you, this is a former fool talking to you. You cannot allow your heart to lead anything that has to do with your financial future. You have to find a way to get her to sign some shit that basically say you leave what you came with.
But
But
nowadays,
my girl
even-
love me. She would never do no shit like that to me, Corey. That's just you, because you treat women bad. I don't treat women like you treat women, so there's no way it ever happened to me.
well,
I don't think the lead attorney treats women like I treat women, however I treat women. But I'm saying, you
The
were married
laws-
once, right, brother?
Yes, I was married for 10 years. Now, usually, the woman will divorce the man. I think 70% of the time, these women are filing for divorces. And there are a lot of reasons for that. A lot of times, guys, our standards are lower. And we can be happy with a lot less. A guy will be satisfied in a mediocre marriage, not really trying to optimize it. Whereas women, they're always looking for the next best thing.
Right.
But in my case, I had to divorce that lady. I had to move on. She's a nice lady, but
Now, what state did that happen in? What was the
That was in
cutoff
Georgia.
time where it was like, if you don't get divorced, I'm just
no.
curious.
See, that's the thing too. Y'all are out here in California.
I was
man.
gonna
This
say-
is the worst state in the nation.
Well, now each state has their own type of. Now, is it in Texas where no matter what, it's always 50-50 when they get divorced?
There are two types of states. It's community property states and equitable division states. So really, community property is just like you said, 50-50. That's how it's going to be. Equitable division, the judge sits back and is like, well, let me try to decide what's fair.
And this is an equitable division state, right?
No, this is a fuck you in the ass state.
Is it? I thought Texas had
This
for some reason.
this state is the first one you said, right?
New York is
California
bad too.
equitable. No, California. Well, New York is pretty bad. See,
Really
New York,
bad, especially on the child
The
support.
child support, you have to pay until the kid's 21 in New York.
And if they stay in school till they're like 24.
yeah,
Well, this is what I said to the lead attorney earlier. The only motherfucker I know who really took the initiative to do what I feel like a lot of men should do, because we heard these rappers say, I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Puffy handled his business. I'm just saying, Puffy ain't got these problems the rest of us moral guys got.
OJ set the tone, though, man. Give him his props.
Wow. Okay.
OJ set the tone.
But he was already paying. He just used to obviously go over there.
Oh.
He just didn't like somebody else using his stuff.
Oh, right.
Do you know
Marcus
about that?
Allen, you mean?
I followed the trial.
Wow. Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen was smacking his girl. That's
But
what he
just
was
so
mad
you
about.
know, though, Corey, that's funny you said that line, because you know who originally wrote that line and where Jay-Z got it from. So.
Where, who?
You don't know?
No.
Ice-T.
Ice-T wrote it?
Yes, 99 problems and a bitch
He
ain't
did.
one.
I got a question.
Okay.
Just
I
so
hear a
you
lot
know.
of people talking about a trust. Like, if you get bread, put your money in the trust. Bitch can't get to it there.
Yeah, a lot of people try to do the trust route, and that's really not the best way to go. The best way to go is a prenup. That's the thing. A lot of people think prenups get thrown out all the time, and it's just not true.
True, that's right. They're
It's
getting
just not
challenged more
true.
often, right?
Exactly. But one thing is getting challenged, and another thing is actually winning it.
Yeah,
I
but
have
the money to
drafted
challenge.
numerous prenups. I've contested numerous prenups. Prenups hold up. Now, you got to do them right. There's about 4 things that you need to do to make sure that your prenup is going to stand up. But it is the best protection that a man could have when dealing with a woman. It's the absolute best protection. Really, men should not be scared of marriage. What really men should be scared of is kids, because you cannot have a prenup for these kids. Now, if you don't have a prenup for your marriage, I mean, you can get fucked in the ass. I mean, so many men have taken their lives. If we're really going to be honest about it, it can be the most devastating thing that can ever happen to a man.
Losing everything he worked for.
Absolutely.
And if you have
So a
exactly
bitch getting fucked by a nigga like me.
Oh, that's exactly right.
Right.
And not only losing what he worked for, because that's one thing, but it's losing the time as well. Because if you took 15 years to amass whatever your net worth is, to lose half of that or maybe 70% of that, but then you also lost the 15 years that it took to make it.
Right.
And now you're 15 years older, you've got less energy now, you're not so, run and gun, and there's no time for you to get that back.
And she had
Let me
no
ask you
part
a
in it. That's
question.
what kills me,
That's
when they
the
have no part in
thing.
you building that.
So
Yes.
say man, this ain't gonna work. You cash out all your shit and you give it to a nonprofit.
I mean, you can do that, but the problem is, here's the thing: you don't have your shit in a marriage. That's the issue, right? Because
Our
you said it's our shit. That is
Mm.
exactly right. So what you did was you gave your shit to a nonprofit, but then you also gave her shit to the nonprofit.
So she can come after
Without-
you for her half.
The judge will absolutely make you give her half. And if you don't got it, you better find a way to get it.
Oh, what if you don't find a way to get it? Did you go to jail?
Oh yeah, you can go to jail.
They got
if
a
you
penitentiary?
violate a court's order, you can absolutely go to jail. There are tens of thousands of men sitting in jail at this moment over child support because they ain't got it. They like Tasha K. I ain't got it, but they're sitting in jail now. If they're in jail, they're not going to be able to get it. So it's kind of like a debtor's prison.
It's
It's a catch-22.
So when you leave the country,
that's what it's about.
Turn my
yeah.
mic up.
is that a solution?
But they can arrest
mean,
you
it's-
anytime you step
Yeah,
on
I
soil.
asked him.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Jesus
They
Christ.
called him an evil
I
RZA.
mean, it's a
God.
No, he's being
Oh
honest.
my God.
They say my mic is
hit
off.
him with too many questions.
Okay, stop. I know.
I didn't want to overwhelm him like that, but I'm saying like
it's an option, but it's got consequences. But it can save you a lot of money. Now, the issue is you might have to leave, but then if you want to come back, it's still going to be there. The debt's going to be there. The court orders are going to be there. So if you take that route, you just got to know it's kind of like a one-way type of deal.
I'm cool with being a squatter. I don't give a fuck about the big glamorous life. God damn it, bitch. Bye, bitch.
You better do like that one baseball player and change your color.
I feel you.
Ain't nothing here. I said this on my show a while ago. Like, it's really not nothing here for us. I roam this country, and I see how everything shuts down at a certain time. I see how almost everything we consume is bad for us.
Yeah.
Like, if people don't know, the things that they serve us to eat here in America is not legal in other countries. I mean, what's here for us besides our loved ones? And
hip hop.
You gotta
We got hip hop.
You crazy? They got hip hop and them Chinese battle rappers be out there in China like.
Yeah, but let you be out there on their corner doing that. Okay.
So let me ask you this. I know it's what if I get injured to where I gotta go on Social Security and I gotta somehow spend all my money on surgery? Now I'm on SSI. Can the bitch still get me then?
No. Now, if you can back up your injuries, the courts are going to be like, listen, he can only do what he can do. But that will not stop a lot of times women from attacking you. I had this one case where this white lady was owed some child support. She had married this dude, and the dude was cheating on her. She found out, so she divorced him. Now, the dude was a bum. She went and got married to this dude. He had like $2 million and he was making like $700,000 a year. So she didn't need the child support anymore. She didn't work, she was set. But she kept dogging this man over and over for years, kept putting him in jail. The judge would let him out. She'd file another modification or file another contempt, put him in jail. The judge would let him out after 3 months, she put him in jail. Now, she came and hired me. And she said, she was explaining to me her case, and she gave me the file. I mean, the file was this thick. He owed $99,000 in child support. So I said, well, listen, this is going to be easy for me, right? Because we're obviously going to win, and the judge is going to make him pay my fees, right? Or well, what's going to happen is the judge is going to make him reimburse you for the fees that you pay me. So let's say you pay me $4,000. The judge is going to make him pay those $4,000 because if he didn't owe the $99,000, you wouldn't have had to file this. We go to court, and this man, he had a back brace. He was walking with a cane. He's probably like 50. And the judge asked him after I did my presentation, was like, listen, you owe $99,000. You've been in jail multiple times. I'm going to put you in jail now. Like, what do you have to say for yourself? Why do you owe this money? He sat there on the witness stand. I'll never forget this. He opened up his mouth, reached in with his hand, took his jaw out, and put it on the damn table. Everybody, the judge jumped back. I jumped back. I looked over to the white lady, and I said, did you know he could do that? This lady said, he's always doing that for sympathy.
Oh, that's a corny bitch.
He had been in an accident with a train, and he had been fucked up, had all these surgeries, but she kept putting him in jail, every time. Yes, every time he got out, she would file a contempt to put him back in jail for a few months, even though she was married to a multimillionaire and didn't need the money.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, here's where wild, people will say Corey Holcomb is foul, but I'm glad to be who I am. What is the time you spent in jail for murder? Like, let's be honest. Let's talk for real. Is murder about 8 to 10 years?
I mean, it depends on the facts, right? I mean, they're trying to get your boy Melly. They're trying to put him to death. So it just kind of depends on.
That's the kid
YNW Melly.
Right now. The rapper that's on in the court.
Oh, I ain't up on it.
But there's a difference between homicide and murder. Murder's illegal. Homicide is just a death. So if you can kill her, but it just looked like it was a death with no, illegal shit to it, you'd be all right.
I mean, I think it's insane for us not to talk about death. Like, people can't destroy you and you don't defend yourself. What kind of world is this? Like what Jada is doing to Will Smith. Yeah. I just feel like she should be dead.
She a covert narcissist.
I mean, I'm saying, like, you're out here trying to destroy somebody. In fact, you're destroying 2 people. You are basically talking about a dead man. You destroying his legacy. You saying he wanted to marry you and all this shit, and it can't be backed up nowhere. I'm saying, when are we not immoral, but thinking this is what fixes everything? Because I'm saying, autistic children, no matter how much or whatever is wrong with them, I know if you want them to stop crying, you got to hit them.
Come on, man. Come on. I was with you. You want to kill Jada Pinkett, okay, but come on now. Hitting autistic kids.
I'm saying, like, if
we got to draw the line somewhere.
If a child is loud and you want the child to stop, stop. And at first they're going to be like, then you be like, stop. Then you be like, then you be like, stop.
Why does it have to be autistic, though? Like, I don't understand.
I'm just saying, I know what makes people act right in this world, and it is fear of consequence. If these people have no consequence, how can we live in a world where people can do what they want to do?
You're exactly right. I did a stream last year, and YouTube got extremely mad at me. They blurred the dang thumbnail out. They sent me an email every day for 7 days. They pulled it down, and it was about a situation that you're talking about, Corey. It was this man, and he was a anesthesiologist, making really good money, $200,000 a year. Black man. And he had an ex-wife with a couple kids, and he had gotten a new girl. The girlfriend was pregnant, and the girlfriend knew that the ex-wife was putting him through all this drama about seeing his kids. I mean, back and forth. And then the ex-wife and the girlfriend, the pregnant girlfriend, got mad at him and said that she was going to do the same thing to him.
Oh.
So he went live. He went live on Facebook on his phone. He's outside the ex-wife's house on his phone. And he's like, listen, I can't see my kids, and it's all bad. He says, I just shot and killed my girlfriend.
That was real?
Who was pregnant.
Jeez.
So killed her and the unborn child. Then he had rung the ex-wife's doorbell and was waiting on her to open the door. So he's standing outside on live. I don't know if you remember this. This was like a year, 2 years ago. It was extremely sad. And
what was sad?
Well,
I'm asking, like, I'm being honest. They're trying to destroy him.
Well, here's the thing. The ex-wife ran in. The ex-wife opened the door. He ran in, pulled out a gun, shot her, and then shot himself. Now, he's saying that he's doing all this because the ex-wife is giving him so much grief with the kids. It's the problem. He's got 2 kids now and no parents. Can we agree that the kids, it's sad for them.
No,
but at the same time,
if those women were allowed to raise the kids. Do you see how those women get down? We're afraid in society to say what it should be. We say what is accepted by the masses. No, these women want to play games with the lives of people. They're not just playing with the lives of that man, they're playing with the lives of that kid or those kids, trying to keep, unfortunately, the kid who was being developed in the mother's stomach passed. That's terrible. And why would he kill himself? He's supposed to be on the couch when they show up and say, why I killed him. Nobody does this. Crazy. Everybody is just like, oh, I'm wrong because I stood up for my life. You deserve
That's not standing up for
the right to tranquility.
Hold on, D.
In prison? So he's going to be tranquil in prison?
No, he's dead, D.
Oh, that's true. He killed himself.
But see, that's the thing about what you can't protect yourself from. You can protect yourself from a marriage by getting a prenup. But if you have kids, you have to know 9 times out of 10 this woman is going to get primary custody of these kids. She's gonna have these kids on a string, and then she's going to have you on a string if you really care about these kids.
She's going to have, that's deep. That's what I'm saying. It's like the children will be destroyed because the weak has been empowered. The weak is, this is done on purpose so that the community is in chaos. It would look like I'm in chaos mentally up here. But I'm just saying, it's like, let me tell you something. When you have women in a community who feel like there's no repercussions to the dirt they do, the community cannot thrive.
That's real.
Well, in a lot of those cases, especially that one per se, why pile on more chaos. In other words, he was already having problems with the ex-wife, and he already had children with her, knowing her character, and yet he's bringing another child into the world.
Are you making excuses for two bitches who dead?
It's not an excuse. I'm just saying you don't give it up in the entire situation to say, hey, he had some part in it too. Like if it's already crazy.
What is his part in it?
Well,
Can you explain it to me?
If he's already dealing with an unstable woman or somebody that's threatening him, they already have 2 children. There's already a broken home. Now you're already with another girl. That girl's talking crazy to you. He's had 2 choices, so he had that one.
Darlene,
now he's got this one.
That
I'm just saying he's
world,
piling it on.
This Western world,
impregnated another girl. She
women
did it by herself.
are allowed to destroy. What else would they do? Because they have no power to do anything else. The people in charge of this United States, of whatever you want to call it, empower whores so that the community is ran by whores. Look at everything that's happening in the world. It's the people in charge who tell you to take this shot for whatever reason they want to take it for, eat this food, whatever, and it's the women. They have the power over you. It was a comedian, very talented brother named Downtown Tony Brown, and he was talking about this. He said, you got to stay with your woman, because if you break up with her, they're going to put your name in the computer, and you're going to get a letter in the mail saying you owe $200,000.
But now you're in the Will Smith situation where you don't want to get divorced, right? You want to stay with these women forever. It's
how
kind
do we
of
know
a
if he wants
catch-22.
to? Might not have
I
a
don't
choice.
think Will wants to
That's
stay
what I was
with
just
her.
going to say. I don't think
I mean, come on, enough is enough.
I think it's a Hollywood
Listen,
thing.
you say Will absolutely wants to stay with this woman.
You think so?
He has the resources to get rid of her. Here's the thing. I'm for you guys who don't know me, mucho gusto, right? I am the lead attorney, 20-year divorce attorney. I've been doing divorces for my entire adult career. I know for a fact that if Will Smith wanted a divorce, there are tons of divorce attorneys that would line up to take his case. He don't want to go to him. Now, why not? Because just like you said, it's cheaper to keep her. Also, Will might have some psychological stuff going on.
You know he
At
does.
the end of the day, he does not want to divorce this woman, because if he did, he could do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
You think so?
In a heartbeat.
If he wanted
If he
to, sure.
divorces her, do you disagree with this? She would take a third of his money.
We don't know what they got set.
When they're done, a third of what he has will be gone. I'm talking about the lawyer fees, what she gonna get, all that.
It could be, she could take 75% of what he has. But first of all, let's look at what he has. I mean, once you put the attorney's fees and all this other stuff in there, it's gonna get deep, right? And when you're younger, when you're in your 20s and your 30s, guys, we're always thinking about this money and this and that. But when you get older, you start to value peace and you start to value your happiness. There is no way Will should be putting up with this stuff for money, because he doesn't have a ton of time left. What is he, like 50, 55, something like that?
Yeah.
He doesn't have time to fuck around. If he's in his 20s, like, okay, well, it's going to cost me a lot of money. And he's a great actor, A-list actor. He can make another movie easy, get another $10 million. And the $10 million that he gets, he's really not going to be able to spend it, because it's $10 million on top of what he already has.
See, you live in Georgia.
Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
$10 million in L.A. is 2 years of doing all right.
$10 million in Atlanta, boy. I mean, you got maids butt naked running through the mansion. You got everything. You got everything.
It ain't like that out here, man. $10 million, that's a house and a car and maybe about 2 years of paying for it.
Okay, he needs to take the $10 million and move to Atlanta, start working with Tyler Perry, and just live like a damn king.
Make that leap.
You gotta leave. Everybody in California should leave. I don't know how y'all exist out here. I really don't know. It's crazy.
I'm here for the Coin Academy.
That's right.
Yeah, it's sick out here.
It's pretty crazy.
No,
Yeah.
But that is a great point. I mean, money goes fast out here.
Yeah.
Fast. On my show, we'll be talking about dating in different places, and it seems like to go on a date in LA, it'll cost you like $200 or something
At
like
least.
that. That's ridiculous.
Especially if you want to guarantee the pussy.
Yeah.
You got to buy a little Foot Locker shoe or something.
Yeah, it's expensive
That's
out
the
here.
little bitches I be dating.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
little
Well,
knucklehead. I don't know why men go for women who have a head on their shoulder. You must date knuckleheads, because the look in their eyes when they get that Roscoe's dinner and you pull out the Jordans from under the table and put it up there, Oh my God. You want to feel like a god? Do that to the little knuckleheads. Knuckleheads make the world move.
They do, because it's the same knuckleheads that 7 years later gonna put you on the child support. 7 years
The
later,
one that
they
was
go,
pregnant that
yeah,
threatened
they're gonna
you
want to
and
take
your
all
ex.
your money because they finagled you into marrying them, and now they got you. You know, it's hard, guys, because sometimes the knuckleheads, they be the finest ones. They don't have a brain, but the body's nice. Yeah. But you know, we always want the best. Guys don't want to settle for the accountant who looks a little rough, but someone who has something to lose.
The bottom of the knife looking bitches.
There you go. That's exactly right. Men we should stay away if we're gonna get serious with a woman. Now, if it's a one night stand, whatever. But if we're gonna get serious with a woman, we should really make sure that this woman has something to lose. Right. These knuckleheads have nothing to lose. And that's where you get fucked.
Do you know a woman with something to lose?
Oh, yeah. It's a ton of them in Atlanta. It's a ton of dentists, doctors, attorneys. I don't fucking know. It's a ton of women in Atlanta.
Let me ask you a question
to lose.
that all the regular niggas that don't have that type of paper want to know. What is the best way in court to justify killing your wife?
Because
Dang, Kraig, you almost made
the answer to everything. That's the answer to everything. The bitch got to die. It's the answer
What's
to
the best
everything.
way?
If she's not around, you don't have lawyers and people coming at you. Now, I don't want any woman to die. I'm not built like that. But if you are trying to destroy me, I'm going up yonder. Ass motherfucker bitch. You get what I'm saying? I don't know what to say, man. I don't know how to argue in court when they're gonna empower her against me. There's no why am I in court? Y'all motherfuckers send me the bill. Why the fuck y'all got me here? Y'all finna try to rob me.
Yeah.
Can you sue a woman for damages if you can prove that she's trying to destroy you?
No.
No?
I ain't even a lawyer, and I can tell you that.
It kind of depends, but typically, of course, it's exactly right. Look what happened to that baseball player. Jesus Christ.
Which one?
The
dude,
white
Trevor
one.
Bauer.
Talk about it, man. Come on.
He got destroyed off hearsay.
That just happened to Michael Porter Jr. I might be Kevin Porter Jr. You heard about that?
Is that some dude who just got traded?
He got traded to OKC. Somebody, basically, they said, I didn't know it was different degrees of strangulation, so they accused him of second-degree strangulation.
70 degrees.
There's first degree means you're trying to kill a motherfucker, right? Second degree, it could just be, something, and you could be stopping them from doing something and they can't breathe. And third degree, I forget, you know better than I do. But he got accused of strangulation. She said he didn't do it. And so there's 2 more charges that he has to beat. But he got traded as a result of it. He lost an $8 million contract, and now he don't have a team to play for. And, her sister said something publicly about him that was different than what his girl said. You know what I'm saying? And they took the word of the sister over his actual girlfriend.
You know about the Trevor Bauer situation? It's like, this must be stopped.
Right.
This must be stopped. Stop it. Bitches ain't shit. This is not something we should be scared to say or be like, ooh, Corey, you wrong for that. No, I'm telling you, I'm around women, and I'm telling you, I don't know many moral women. I can stand in front of anybody. If God walked up to me and said, Corey, what did you say? You put these fucked up bitches out here. That's what I say.
And he's falling for him.
That's what I would say.
That's the problem. They know they out there and they keep going. You keep calling me.
Well, Darlene is outnumbered up here, so I let her have that. Like, when she say, but you keep fucking with him. Listen, the flock is out there to be fucked. That's why God put bitches on the planet, to be fucked and dropped off.
Well, see, here's the thing. That's exactly right. Just like you said, that's how women feel about us.
Well, how do they feel?
These men, God put these men on earth so that we can take advantage of them.
Of course, out here in this Western world.
That's exactly right. And the law provides for that. If a man doesn't have his business about him, if he's getting married with no prenup, if he's impregnating 2, 3, 4 different women, now he's got child support on him for 2, 3, 4 kids, these women will absolutely take advantage, just like the man will take advantage of these knuckleheads. The shoe can be on the other foot. These women will take advantage if they catch a man slipping.
And it's been
brother, let me ask you a question, man. Are you in the same boat I am where if bitches didn't abort babies, I would have about 10 to 12 kids?
Man, I done paid a lot of $500, you know.
Damn, that must have been back in the day.
Since you've been an attorney?
Don't do them like that. Damn.
So I take care of kids. I take care of
What's
them.
messed up is that some, in the back of your mind, be like, is she really, but you'll just send it anyway. I don't give a shit.
Right.
Just
If
take
it's
it.
true,
if
right,
you
you
got
don't even
over,
wanna-
you got $500. All right.
I say abortion until after the abortion is over, and I was like, man, I'm so glad you killed it.
Yeah.
You killed it, bitch.
Listen, I don't have any kids, and I can tell you, and I don't want to say this, and have it sound like I'm bragging, because there are a lot of, I could have had kids. Number one, I was lucky, because we've all had unprotected sex, and
That's all we have,
it's
right?
it's just luck. But to any men out there that don't have kids yet, if you can go or just wait until your mid-30s before you have a kid, it will just free you up so much financially. It'll give you so many more options. You can do things with your life that you cannot do when you have 2 or 3 mouths to feed, 2 or 3 obligations. Kids are really the biggest thing to be scared of. Men are not scared of these kids, because to get the kids, you got some ass. So it's like, well, and to be fair, sometimes if we're going to be honest, men, we'll be up in it sometimes. It'll be feeling so good. We'll be like, I don't give a shit. Yeah. Right? And let's be honest.
And then you be right when it happens.
I don't give a shit. Like, fuck it.
And then you give them the power, right, at that moment.
I'd rather give a kid up for adoption than pull out. So I fucking know we're going to give it away.
For that. That's what's scary is you don't have the call to make
that's
that.
the thing,
You don't
right?
have the call to make that.
Be in front of
That's scary. What are you talking about?
I'll be in front of the grocery store giving kids away in a little puppy box.
Yeah,
what's
man.
scary.
Kids are what men should really fear. Now, you should fear women, too, in these marriages if you don't have a prenup. If you don't have a prenup, man, you are really taking a huge chance. And I've done tons of cases. I've divorced tons of men where there's no prenup and everything's been fine. Everything's been fine. It's just you rolling the dice. You are really counting on this woman being good to you. And not only the woman. What men don't see is a lot of times men will get married to a woman. She'll be like, oh, Lee, she ain't gonna do me like that. I don't need a prenup. I'm scared to ask for a prenup. Now they won't say that, but I'm scared to ask for the prenup because if she'll get mad and she might leave, then she gonna take the double D's with her. Then I'm out here on the
Titties
streets
gone.
again,
You
right?
really didn't know her
Talk about it.
character.
Them big areolas,
But you really don't
Jesus
know her
Christ.
character.
I got a real question because at the time.
Well, I mean,
You'll find out. In other words, what I'm going to say, is if they go ahead and they take the chance.
Darlene doesn't understand what a
English.
nature of a man is. Like they think that you're stupid, but you're
No,
just
it's not
programmed to
It's not
do
that.
something while you're alive. And the
it
wicked
down.
people who are in charge of the world tax you for being a human being.
That's
Yes.
wild.
I understand that. I actually am one of the ones that get it. I've never done that. I've been
You've never done what?
taken advantage of a man, and I've had wait though, he loves to laugh at that because he just can't believe it. But I have had plenty, and I'm talking big opportunities to do that, and I would never do that.
but
That's
here's
just
the
not.
thing too, and you could be right, and this is something that guys don't see.
No, people can't, especially if men in these positions can't fathom that anybody like that exists still.
Okay, give him a chance to say something.
Yeah, because here's the thing. A lot of times, this is what men don't understand about the women that they're interacting with, because it could absolutely be that the woman is a good woman.
Where?
I know.
Have you ever met one?
I have.
You met a good woman before.
I've met a few good women.
That is a blessing.
It is a blessing. I mean, it is a blessing. It is a blessing. They out there. They really are. But here's what y'all don't see. Y'all don't see that a good woman can know that she has you kind of over the barrel, but it's like, no, I'm not going to take advantage of him. But then the attorney says, no, go on and do it. Go on and do it. And I'll be honest with you, man. Sometimes that's our job. Because a woman will say, well, he's a good guy. He takes care of his kids. I don't want to put him on child support. Or, I don't need half of the house. He offered me, $10,000. I'm going to go in and take it. A good attorney is going to be like, no. You're in this divorce process right now. You're emotional about it. You might make a decision where you're leaving $50,000, $100,000, $700,000 on the table. It could absolutely be that in 2 years, you're going to look at this data. You're going to be like, God damn it. Why did I leave that money on the table? An attorney is going to be like, no, I am not going to let you leave all of these benefits that the law allows you on the table. It's my job. So a good woman can be turned by an attorney. And y'all will never
really
hear.
think that's the case?
I've had it happen, but it didn't work.
I've been an attorney for 20 years.
Listen, a good
I've had it happen
woman
many times to me.
is
I
a
didn't take
good
it. I didn't do
woman.
it.
A funky bitch is going to always roll with the motherfuckers where she can come up on.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
There's no good woman.
What about a woman in between? We can say that a woman may be on the fence.
You
She
think so?
likes
There's a
you,
woman on the
but
fence?
sometimes, she doesn't like you. You know that women are fickle. She'll like you on Tuesday. She ain't really feeling you on Thursday. Come on, right?
I give you that, but I'm saying it all boils down to this. Mm-hmm. You are who you are, and your pedigree, your shit you've done while you're alive is going to be consistent. I have not met a good woman who tried to destroy somebody.
Agreed.
A good woman is
Agreed.
probably literally 1 in a million. It seems like I'm exaggerating. I don't know a lot of good women. I know women who can't stand to see nobody happy but themselves. And if somebody want to say, oh, them the women you dealing with, Corey, okay, that makes you feel better. I'm telling you, these women are jealous that you are having a good time. That's why they try to keep you all to themselves.
If you marry a woman,
If they want you to have a good time, you ain't got to hide the other bitch that you have a good time with. You should be able to come as a family and have a leader bitch, or whatever you want to call her, and you tell the other bitches you talk to me through her. That's what we really want on this planet. But we can't have it. Why? Because we scared.
that's why
We don't want the bitch to fuck nobody.
Oh, wow.
Your bitch gonna fuck somebody. I don't know men and women that ain't fucked somebody else while they age 20 through 60.
Damn,
After 60,
I better hurry up and get my
might
plan.
have the pussy all to yourself after 60. But age 20 through 60, that pussy belong to the city, homie. You ain't got to believe me? One day Corey Holcomb will be like, Corey Holcomb said that when they write books about me.
Yeah, and really, that's a great thing about this space and your channel. It's a lot of guys who are 23, 25, 27 years old, and let's be honest, they just don't know.
Right.
They just do not know,
Now, you know,
and
Abe.
they don't have the fathers, they don't have the uncles to really tell them. And to really kind of be persistent, because if a 25-year-old hears some game the first time, be like, oh, well, that's your experience. Oh, you bitter. You don't know Michelle, or you don't know Shaniqua. Shaniqua different, right? They all different. But if you've got a space on the internet, on YouTube, where men can go, channels like this, channels like, Kevin Samuels, right, where men can really see how women are, men can learn from this. I mean, it can change generations. And then maybe women will change because the men have changed.
Right.
But if men never learn this information, then we're fucked. Almost all men are going to learn this information. The question is, are they going to learn it at 23 or 63?
Wow.
Right?
63. You know.
It'll be too late, and it'll be
You
too
learn
late.
trial by
$1
error
short.
because they don't teach this in school.
Exactly.
They don't teach this at home because you're probably at home growing up with your mama's rule, and we don't hate our mamas. Our mamas, we love our mamas most of the time. So I'm saying, like, when we out here in the world picking a partner, we are absolutely lost. It don't matter how well educated you are with the system.
Right.
The system will not educate you on how to pick a quality partner to share your life, your hard work you did in school. You give this away because you don't have the information.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Okay, say you marry a woman, you got a prenup.
Mm-hmm.
You marry a woman, and then she get a sex change. Does that nullify the prenup?
No. You should probably get divorced, though. And
Yeah, because
if
you've been
you got
deceived.
divorced, then the prenup would protect you. That's the thing. If you get a prenup, you can get divorced for any reason.
This nigga
She
Craig
cheats
said if
on
she
you,
get a sex change. Crazy.
anything, right? You protected. You are protected. Prenups are so valuable. So valuable.
No, but it's very similar to that one case, right? I
Sex
can't
change.
remember how it exactly unfolded, but that one guy who got married, I don't know if it was in Asia or not, and then he saw, was it what she looked before, the child, or something about,
That wasn't in America.
right, but it was an
An
Asian.
Asian man had a baby with a girl who had been surgically altered,
So
and when the
surgically
baby
altered.
came out ugly, some judge
yeah.
allegedly rewarded him for being fooled
'Cause he
by
was-
this woman with her surgically altered body and
Because he didn't
face.
know how she looked previously. He thought she always looked that.
Oh.
So I'm
So when
saying like
the
they don't
baby
do that
came
in
out,
America.
And they were like,
That's
"Who does
deep.
that baby look like?" Right, and then it was like, "You got to look that case up." That was incredible too. I don't know exactly what unfolded from that, but
Wow.
that was one of the deepest ones I had heard lately because people are getting all this cosmetic surgeries. It's like, wait, whoa, what are their kids are gonna look like the original girl? Like you guys know that, right?
So if you put defamation into your prenup, like you can't talk bad about me, anything that has to do with my reputation, and she does that, you have action. That
Yeah, what you're talking about is an NDA, right?
Okay,
So you have
right.
like a non-disclosure agreement. Those are different from prenups, but you should absolutely think about getting those
Adding
too,
it, yeah.
especially if you're in the public eye.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're gonna have a YouTube channel, if you're gonna have a podcast, you should absolutely think about these things. The world is changing.
I don't care who talk about me. When I'm done with you, goddammit, fuck it. Say it. Put it out there. Try to embarrass me. Watch me take it all in and be like, yeah, throw it back at you. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck, man? Let me tell you something. The reason we are in a jam is because what other people say about us matter to too many people. You're not gonna make everybody happy. You're not gonna make. I know motherfuckers that's on my show that can't wait to see me get jammed up, so they could be like, nah, I feel it. I've been in that situation before. Like, I know who's around me. I know who's in my presence after I watch you talk, after I watch how you motherfucking posture yourself when I say certain things. I get a good idea of who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll say something like, "Oh, I'm taking Kraig on the road." Boy, I done seen some cringes. You can look this shit up. One thing about Abe, I'm gonna ask you something. Hey, I want you to do some research. About 3 weeks ago, when I said I'm gonna take Kraig on the road, watch the
you caught some flack?
cringe between everybody. I see it. I'm not blind. I'm one of these motherfuckers. I have that third eye. I be like, ha ha, I see you, Nick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that don't make somebody evil, but I know that envy is something that has never been checked in school or anything. If you don't get beat up because of envy, you really never learn a lesson about envy.
That's real
true.
shit.
How you gonna learn about envy if there's everybody just play it off like they don't see it? If everybody
Right,
do
and
this,
if your
oh,
parents
okay.
aren't teaching to you, right, they're not saying, hey, that's
You
not
see
the way
this
to
person
act.
is envious around you. They can't control the way they respond to something they don't hear. Well, I see the way you respond to things. That's the type of person I am. And I'm saying, like, if you got a woman around you, if you're not trained to watch how she cringe when you speak honestly, how can you win out here dating and getting married in the world? You don't even know how to be around people. Nobody says that, though.
Yeah, men are not really good at reading women's body language, reading the signs. Men like their shit explicit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you fucking somebody or not? Right, you know what I'm saying? Not this whole, well, you know, I don't know if I'm happy. They don't, you know, the woman is like, I just told you, but the man, you know, missed it. We absolutely communicate differently. And again, that's just another reason why we need these prenups. I have just seen over 20 years so many marriages just fall apart, get destroyed, however they end, but they end, and the women will have the upper hand.
So you just don't believe in marriage? I don't. I stand on the mountaintop and say it's a sucker move. Most men get married because they don't have the information on how to protect themselves. They give in to the emotions of a fucking irrational bitch. That is most marriages in America, if you ask me. I could be wrong, but I don't just see a lot of guys proposing to women. I see a lot of guys giving in to women.
Nowadays,
Yeah, I mean that's really true. I think the vast majority of marriages are because women led this man to the altar, with her fucking 2 fingers up his nostrils and just pulled him to the church. And
that's just real, what you just said. It's like, it's not literal, but this happens in most of the cases.
100%. And it's because, listen, it's rough out here in these streets, man. Just like you said, it's hard to find a good girl. You can go a year, 2 years, 3 years without finding what you consider to be a good girl. But let's say you find one after 3 years. Now, if we're honest, a good girl is not going to give you her whole life without a commitment. It's just not going to happen. 9 times out of 10, it won't. A good girl's probably going to give you about 2 years. You got 2 years to be in a relationship with this girl before she starts looking around like, hey, what are we doing? Should I get off the pot? Right? And so that's when the man is like, well, fuck, I got 2 options. Mm-hmm. I can either tell her, listen, I don't want to get married, or I don't want to get married right now. And then what's going to happen? She leaves, or I can go ahead and get married, and then she'll stay. Now, she'll stay for a time. That's what the men don't understand. Men are like, well, if I marry her, she'll stay forever. No. She will stay for, at minimum, a little bit longer if you put the ring on it, right? And she's going to change once she gets the ring. But the men, so many times, we're so in love with these women, we don't want to go back in the streets, find another good girl, which could take another 3 years. This one, she knows what you like. She's nice to you. Your parents like her. She gets along more or less with your friends. She'll suck you off every now and then.
Yeah.
You like to have that at your house.
Hell yeah.
Well,
And you look at it, like, hell yeah. But you don't want to lose that.
Have you ever been in a relationship with a woman who didn't cutthroat you? I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah, it's always cutthroat at the end.
At the end, I'm saying, like, I don't know many women that won't cutthroat you. Do something where you like, well, I'll be goddamn. Did this bitch really do that? I'm talking about something that that's not nothing I should ever look past. But you look past it because you are a simp. That's why. You a simp at that point in your life.
Man.
And
Or
people
you
don't want to
love.
admit it.
I don't know. Is there a difference? Do you think there's a difference between being a simp and being in love?
No.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. That
Yeah,
feeling
100%.
love. I don't know. Listen, man. I'm just saying, like, I can be with somebody and have them around me forever. I could, but
Absolutely.
I know I'm not going to play the game that people want me to play. Most people get away from me because they can't convert me into what they want me to be, and I am well enough now mentally where I'm like, okay, sometimes, look, I'm 54 years old. I go to bed sometime and I feel like my heart not beating right. I get dressed when I go to bed because I'll be like, if I die, I don't want the paramedics in there taking pictures of me dead like this. I am okay with being by my motherfucking self. It took me a long time to get there
That's the thing,
to
yes.
not be afraid of, motherfucker, you gonna die alone, motherfucker.
Do you put the same fit on every time you do it?
I be dressed clean.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to do the coroner a favor. I don't want them to be cutting my shit off like this funky motherfucker.
Shoes and everything. You put your shoes on
But
too?
if you don't learn how to be alone,
Yeah.
if you don't learn that who you are can't be compromised for the good, because when you compromise, most of the time, it's for the bad. You don't, listen, when you when you compromise, most of the time it's because you trying to, somebody wants you to do something you don't want to do, and in fact, it's something that you know is no good for you and that you can't even pull off. You lie and say, okay, I'm gonna just be with this girl. And you know you're not gonna just be with this girl, especially if you have options.
That's real.
The only men that's with one girl, for the most part, is men with no options. So everything you say to a woman is a lie. Most of the time. All that is just you, baby. If a man say it's just you, baby, that's a motherfucking lie.
I got a question.
Yeah.
1 out of a million. That's what I say.
Can you put a performance clause in your prenup? I need pussy 3 times a week. You got 1 time a week to sass me. Other than that, it's gonna be your ass. You got to keep all my cars on half a day. Like, can you put a performance clause on your bitch in the prenup?
I mean, that sounds like slavery.
I know. I was like, Jesus Christ, Craig.
Somebody got to do it. Who else gonna do
Why
it?
not me?
We got to hire somebody to do this?
If I got obligations and she is that, shouldn't she have obligations?
If I'm the breadwinner,
Just don't get
marriages are
married.
tough.
Just make an agreement. Just to
Here's
be
the
with the
thing.
agreement.
Yeah, either don't get married or get married knowing that you're going to get divorced, which is not a terrible thing if you get a prenup.
Right.
Because here's the thing, guys. Sometimes we look at marriage the wrong way. Really, we need to redefine what marriage is and what's a beneficial marriage. Suppose you get married and you're married for 10 years. The first 2 years are always going to be the best years, butterflies and all that shit, right? So you got the first 2 years in, those are good. Those are really good. Then years 5 through 7, they're pretty good. They're okay.
Right.
Year 7, shit hits the fan, and it's a terrible year. So many marriages end in year 7. Year 7 is fucked up, but y'all are able to get it back going. Year 8 through 10 is good. It's okay. And then in year 11, let's say, shit fucks up again, divorce. All right? What has happened? You've been married for 11 years. 2 of those years have been terrible, but you've had 9 great years.
Right.
Guys, we see as we get older that time is so important. If you can have 9 really good years of your life with somebody and you're able to get a prenup, not lose anything, how is that a loss?
There you go. I agree.
How is that a loss?
Just walk
I
away
agree.
from each other.
Exactly.
but what you said, my brother, is imaginary. I don't know nobody who could be around a bitch for 9 years.
That's sad. That's sad. That's sad.
Why can't we trade
Dude.
bitches?
Look at that picture right there. Do you see that picture? Do y'all see what's wrong with that picture?
That's 6 months in.
Yeah.
That's
This
6
bitch
months.
got on fake eyelashes, fake hair, fake nail. How can you build with a bitch like
I know
that?
she ain't got the
Ain't
knee
no
high.
food on the
Listen,
stove.
And she got it on in the house. This bitch got on makeup at home.
just like you said, in the first 2 years.
Them are the first 2 years for sure.
She be holding the farts and all that.
And I
You know
agree,
what I'm
I agree
saying?
on all those years. I agree on all the year timeline that you gave.
Yes.
Make it sooner when you bring kids in the equation.
Now here's
'Cause
the
then that-
thing: when you bring kids in, it's all fucked
It's
up.
like if you don't know what
Because
you're
you don't
doing,
have
didn't
any
that
protection.
yeah.
You have no protection. You can have protection with a woman, get in, get out, take your 9 good years, 2 bad years, and enjoy it. When the kids come in, you got all these hormones, you're attached to these kids. The women have control of the kids. They can control when you can visit. They can fuck around with your visitation, your parenting time. The judges will not take it seriously. If she shows up 30 minutes late, an hour late, you have to hire an attorney. The judge will not take it seriously when she violates your parenting time schedule. But when you violate her child support order, that's when you lose your license. That's when you lose your passport. That's when your bank accounts are frozen. That's when your salary's garnished. That's when you're put in jail.
Wow.
Right? If she does something, it's okay, we'll give her a warning. If the man does something, incarceration.
And they got to know that. A lot
So
of these young
listen,
guys
I'm
got to
so
know
glad
that.
you said that, brother.
Mm-hmm.
So if we know this is what kids can do, I mean, I love the kids. I like back in the 60s when 60s, 70s when women get pregnant, motherfucker be like, oh, baby, I love baby. Because it wasn't all these laws that fuck up
Exactly.
everything.
Exactly.
But if we know the type of grasp a woman can have on you if they are pregnant with your child, why is Ray Caruth such a villain? I'm asking. I'm not saying help enlighten me. I don't understand. Unfortunately, he had to do what? 17, 18 years of jail?
Yeah.
Would you rather work 18 years and give it to street pussy or be in jail when your baby turned 18 and help push it in the wheelchair every day because he was fucked up? I'm just saying. I don't know. That's something people could juggle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean, I could be the bad guy. I just wish somebody could explain to me what is wrong with defending your life.
What if the woman makes more money?
If the woman makes more money, she's still gonna get the kids. She gonna get the kids if she make the same amount of money, more money, less money. She gonna get these kids.
Even if she's more trifling, because that's what happened in my case with my dad.
100%.
The courts are still gender biased. My dad used to try and get me all the time, and they never, no matter how much better his home was, his job was, all that.
You're exactly right.
It's still that way to this day. And that was in the late 60s, and they wouldn't honor that he was even a better person than my mom.
I got a question
100%.
everybody want to know. Was you fucking some of these bitches that you was separating from their men? Did you ever hit a client?
You can only do that afterwards.
Okay.
You can
Oh,
only
when a
do
case
that
is over?
afterwards. And it's something like male attorneys, we don't really talk about it, but it happens a lot where because the women and really
Easy bitches.
well, no, it's different because a lot of times, listen, I know there's a true narrative that these women will absolutely take advantage of the court system. What's not seen sometimes on what I see, because I represent men and women, some of these men out here are motherfucking monsters. I mean, they are monsters. Some of these men are hardcore, and they will put these women through their paces. And some of these women they're not well emotionally, right? And so these men will talk down to these women and really break down their confidence, break down their self-esteem, and talk to them like shit for years. Now, what happens when she comes to you? She finally is looking at a man that doesn't break her down. She's looking at a man that supports her. And a man in a fucking suit and tie walking in,
smacking her around.
Here we go.
He justified them hoes.
He did say
That's
once
cold
finished,
blooded.
once
I can't say names because it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. I know a bitch who fucked the attorney against her baby daddy
Yeah.
and will act like wasn't nothing wrong with it.
Listen,
Crazy.
But
these
did
women,
she
they
do it
will
for
latch
a
on.
reason?
It don't matter why she did it. Why are you fucking the attorney?
We just make her have a sign of fuck no. You can't tell
You know
nobody.
what? I can't.
What's it called?
A fuck no.
Not a reason.
Fuck no. Craig, stupid. Man.
Listen,
Kraig
when
stupid.
when a woman like looks up to you, sees you in a powerful position, sees that you are fighting with her when the only man that she lived with for all these years is dogging her out,
It's a breath of fresh freaking air.
man.
That's a
these-
good way to put it. But it's men out here who break their back for their family.
It's
and
true.
that bitch run through him because she look at him like he ain't shit because he didn't destroy her.
100%. It's almost like you can't go above and beyond for your family. You can't overwork yourself because then she starts looking at you like you don't have a spine. You're just willing to sacrifice your life for the family. You ain't really worth nothing. And then she's going to start looking at other men who are stronger, other men who are independent, other men who don't take shit from women. And then they build an attraction to that. So she's attracted to you for the amount of resources that you're able to provide her and these kids, but then in terms of excitement, in terms of her libido, now she's looking at another dude who ain't paid a dime.
I'm telling you, man, every man should run this experiment. Go out and meet two women. I've said this before on my show, but it's time to update it. Meet two women at the same time. I want you to take one of these women and treat her like a queen. I want you to treat this woman so good that you can look in the mirror and be proud of yourself. Now, the other bitch, I want you to stand on this bitch head in the street, gut punch her in front of her children,
Oh my God.
Fish hooker, nigga.
Listen,
I never understood the.
who you think gonna be there for you?
The fish hook bits.
Who you think gonna be there for you? You have to run this experiment so you could be like, Corey wasn't lying. Corey was not lying.
It's called Stockholm syndrome. You whoop a bitch enough, she gonna start to lay you.
Wow.
Whatever it's called. Drive this bitch in a snowstorm somewhere and kick out the car and pull off on her. The other bitch, I want you to be there for her and her kid she come with and just treat her like a goddess. Watch what happened.
Oh, not the kids she come with. Now we in the boys Watkins territory,
Oh,
right? Come on now. Listen, man.
Hey, look, the lead attorney know people. He know Boyce Watkins. He knows.
Come on, man.
You know
What's the lady name? Tasha K?
Yeah, Tasha
Yeah.
Curls and stuff, man. It's deep, and I know I don't want to talk bad about Boyce on your platform, but
You talking about domino mouth boys?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if kids are something that really should be watched out for when they're your kids and you have no protection.
Ooh, you best.
Imagine marrying a woman with kids for the purpose of supporting the black community. Not even marrying the woman because you love the woman and she just happened to have these kids, but really marrying the woman and justifying it by she's got these kids from another man, so I'm gonna step in and help the black community by raising these kids who are not my own, who I have no legal rights to at all. If a mother can take your own kids away from you with a snap of a finger, imagine some damn stepkids.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I know people that I love. Fucking my brother adopted kids from bitches.
Oh my, and that's the worst thing. That is
And
the
I
worst.
can't save them. I'm the bad guy for saying,
Yeah.
what the fuck you did?
If
I'm
there-
talking about adopted kids from bitches.
Yeah. If there's one thing that I can almost never.
That's your brother, Corey?
The picture popped up.
It's
At the wrong
another
time.
one of them.
Yeah.
And I
okay.
love my brother,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
can't save him. There's
Yeah.
nothing I can do. Maybe if I lived in Chicago, I could have the guys come visit old girl. But
Yeah.
just saying.
Adoptions are the worst thing out there. I mean, and it kind of depends. If you get with a woman and she got a 2-year-old and you stay with this woman and you help to raise the 2-year-old, maybe she's 16 now, and on her 16th birthday she wants you to adopt her. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. The problem comes in is when you start trying to adopt these 6-month-olds or these 2-year-olds and these 3-year-olds, because once you adopt these kids, they become your legal kids. And, you're not the biological father, but you're the legal father, which means you have the legal responsibility to take care of them if she divorces you.
That's
So
correct.
this woman can have you marry, she can marry you, have you adopt her kids, then she can divorce you, and now you're paying the child support that Pookie should have been paying but wasn't, but she got you to adopt the kids, so now they're your legal responsibility.
So adopting a child, is that a form of autism? I mean, I'm asking. Adoption of a child that's not yours. Is that a form of autism?
For the
I can see-
man?
I don't
The
think
man
it's
being
crazy
slow?
if you go to the unwanted kid pound, whatever they call those places,
Yeah.
and you get a child that didn't nobody want, and you dust it off and clean it up and try to raise it and make yourself think it's your child. That's more sane than getting with a woman, and because she kept this one, you legally bind yourself to this child. That's a form of autism.
Yeah, hey.
It's
It's a learning
crazy,
disability for sure.
And even a lot of times men don't even consider it. Men are like, oh, well, you want me to adopt your kid? Yeah, I've helped raise the kid for, 3, 4, 5 years. Yeah, and we're going to be together forever. Why not adopt the kid? Like, I used to do adoptions, and I would have to tell men, hey, by the way, if your wife decides to divorce you, you'll be paying child support for the next 15 years for this 3-year-old. And the husband would be like, what? Child support? Now, the wife knew it the whole time. But the husband didn't. The husband think it's on some love thing.
I'm just doing a good thing, man.
I'm gonna step up. Yeah, do the whole
helping
voice
out.
walking.
I'm a good guy.
Yeah, man.
100%.
My daddy
And
wouldn't.
now he's on child support for 15 years for a kid that's not even his.
A kid that wasn't ever wanted.
Man.
Damn. I mean,
just
it's
saying.
true.
Gee whiz,
It's
that's not
true.
even-
Because if she will let another man adopt it, she didn't want it.
That's
that's
real
great.
It's just
shit.
nobody really thinks like that.
Yeah.
You don't want
Right,
that
'cause
baby if you
Damn,
put it
that's
off
deep.
on somebody else.
Yeah, if you still have the biological father
Yeah, that-
around and involved, what's the purpose other than like insurance?
To
But even
spite
then, that just
people.
yeah,
that's the purpose,
sad.
Darlene. Or
Because you could still be honorable. As somebody said, and I'm just sorry, I brought that up because somebody had said in the chat a little while ago that, wow, there's no honor anymore being a stepfather. Nobody said that. You could still be a stepfather and do well by that part. But
How?
No, wait a second. We're talking adoption.
Yeah.
You could still
A
be a stepfather.
stepfather is
Legally
a-
adopting someone is
The word
scary.
step is the perfect word for what you are. You are
A step. You're not
go
the full
look
dad.
at a step.
Yeah, you're not the full dad.
Spray a step down with a hose, and you will see who you
You're
are.
not the platform.
That's
you to
hilarious.
Step to it. Yeah.
I'm just saying, a stepfather is a sucker. Let me tell you something. Every once in a while, you have a successful
So sad.
stepfather story.
Everyone.
Every once in a while.
I
Most
don't
of the
believe in those
time,
blended families. I don't.
when the bitch leave, the kids leave. Even when they grown, they still don't fuck with you no more because they don't need you.
Right.
You are a step. See, father is the word that trick people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You a step simp.
Just say guy in, the, guy in their
That's
life.
what they should call it, a step simp.
You're
I
a man in
want
their
to speak
life.
up for another species of man called studs. When they're with women, do they have the same type of issues, or do they take our role in divorces when women get divorced from each other if one is masculine, or is it viewed as like an equal thing?
Money.
You talking about lesbians
Yeah.
when
Right.
they get married? Yeah, man, those are the most volatile relationships on earth.
That was a
These-
nice word. For my people who don't know what he mean, them bitches fight.
Crazy. than a
Absolutely,
motherfucker.
100%. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Maybe breaking it down.
He just doing his
they
thing.
fight
He
in the
came in divorced.
kitchen, they fight in the living room, they fight in the bedroom, fist fights. They are always breaking up, getting back together, then fighting again, always getting divorced. I mean, those relationships, it's very rare that a relationship like that will last.
Wow.
You saying with two women?
Yeah, two women. I mean, it's hell. It's hell in them houses.
I think the only time the women with women relationship lasts is when it go back to what I said. Old bitches. Old bitches have to calm down because them lonely nights are in the back of their head. So they don't want to be alone, even if it's just a bitch sucking your pussy. You don't want to be by yourself because old bitches do not have options with quality people.
That's real shit.
Old bitches have to salvage through them Christmas nuts that's been stepped on and put back in the can.
Said
That's
that.
funny. Motherfucker.
I can't. This
I'm
is-
saying an old bitch has to salvage through shit. We talk about old men, but an old man with money can get young, cute bitches. An
Facts.
old bitch with money has to salvage through men.
What do studs do when they stepsons get old enough to try to fuck them?
That
come
motherfucker stupid.
on, I
Kraig crazy, man.
The hell? Although I will say this, and this is kind of a dirty little secret that a lot of divorce attorneys know. When you have
I want to hear this.
when you have two parents and each parent has, a couple kids, some kids, when they get married, it's called a blended family, right?
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Okay, so you got a mother, and the mother got two kids, and she meets this guy, and the guy has, a couple kids.
Brady Bunch.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So they get married, and it's called a blended family. Kids in there be fucking. They are always fucking stepbrothers and stepsisters. They fuck all the time once they reach puberty. All the time. No one ever talks about it.
Right, because you're bringing
Every-
strangers
Every-
around each other.
Yes,
in the same
when they
household
hit puberty,
that are that age. right?
these stepbrothers and
Did
sisters
you
are
hear what the
fucking.
brother said? The brother said,
Listen.
if you bring your kids into a relationship with her kids, y'all ain't the only one fucking in the house.
Well, he's always brought up the whole point too. The scenario of the older, so-called, now we can't say step, I guess, but daughters, where women bring older daughters in the household with them with a grown man.
Do you think that it's abnormal?
He's always talked about that.
If it's not your daughter, and you know you feel something for the girl that's in the house, it's not love, it's meat in the house.
It is.
Like, is that a man who is crazy, or is that a man who is honest? Because you don't need meat.
An
Now,
honest,
see,
crazy
your,
man.
your biological daughter, I believe it is normal to be around your biological daughter and not ever look at her like meat.
Right.
Right,
100%.
that's a sane
Yeah,
person,
100%.
right?
But if it is your stepdaughter, even if you won't sleep with her because you have morality to you, you be like, look, it's things you can do to earn your way around.
Oh, here we go. Jesus
Is that I'm saying, like, everybody wants to lie.
He's talking
Earn
about
your
overage.
keep.
He's talking
Don't
about
be
overage.
like your mama. Be an independent woman.
Hell no.
I'm saying, like,
I mean, it's true. That's another thing. You know, if you want to come in on the whole stepfather thing, and it's a 14-year-old boy, 15-year-old boy, 16-year-old boy, that's one thing. If it's a 16-year-old girl, she got titties. You know, I mean, this is a child.
Yeah.
But you're a man,
It's a
and you're
child
not
in
going to do
America.
anything. But
yeah. No, you're not going to do nothing because if you are mentally right, you know you can't fuck with them.
yeah.
Right.
If you mentally right.
But
There's a
y'all-
lot of people
yeah.
who not mentally right.
Right.
Well, and to go further, it's a lot of kids that aren't mentally right.
Right.
And
Talk
a lot of
about
16-year-olds, 17-year-olds want to, you know, mothers and daughters always got that thing going on, and a 16-year-old might want to cause a little chaos.
Oh, brother,
right?
I moved in with
Listen.
this lady, and her 14-year-old daughter was trying to give me that pussy. It's just I ain't that dude. I was shocked once I confirmed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because one day we was all in the room, and then, you know, they kids.
Right.
So, and I was cool with them at the time. When I did not fuck that little girl tried to sabotage my relationship with her mother.
Yes.
And that's not
that's
even
wild.
the scare. So there's been some scary scenarios that I've heard of.
Real
So,
shit,
yeah,
I wouldn't
hear
lie
it.
on that girl. That girl, I was like, oh my God. I fucked up. And I told her mother.
That was the right
"You know,
thing.
Your mother, I told her, you know your daughter, she tried to make a move on me, like, because we was all in the room,
Yeah.
and one day they jumped in the bed, because the two little ones was just playing with me, like, Corey. But the other one did this. She threw that ass on me and did
Oh,
this. And I
shit.
said, oh, shit, what the fuck was that? And I told her mother, and her mother, you know the first thing her mother said? So do you like her? I was like,
Oh,
wow. She was
Like-
going to offer her
That
Like
sounds
mother,
daughter.
something-
like
that's
daughter.
Exactly. That sounds like something a woman would say.
I mean, I'm
Exactly
saying I'm not
right.
making this up.
That's
This is my life right
exactly
here. I
right.
wouldn't make
Yeah.
this up. The first thing her mother did, she
Wow.
didn't say nothing like I thought she would say first.
Right.
She said, do you like her?
But
and
I'm-
I was like, oh my God, I'm in trouble here.
Yeah, because the mother knows that the 16-year-old got titties, right? So, and the mother knows how men are. So, I mean, it's a fair question in from her perspective, because she's trying to figure out, do I have competition?
That's crazy.
Listen, it's
That's
tough
crazy.
out here.
This is America. You cannot have sex with women that are 14 years old and you a grown man.
Yeah.
You going to jail, right?
100%.
You better be going to jail. yeah.
100%. And
Not
it
like
can,
I even thought about that.
Oh,
but it can go even
I
further.
didn't think about that because she was 14. I was still innocent in my mind at that time. I was still
at that time.
oh,
Yeah.
God
Wait
is
now.
coming to save us when the bad shit go
Wait, no,
down.
he said-
Oh, this
At
is Christian
that
Corey.
Christian Corey.
Yeah.
What they
Christian
call
It was Christian Corey.
I can't hear it.
This was Christian Corey
Right, Christian Corey.
yeah.
That's back when I still was like,
playing the
Kinda
saxophone.
Jesus gonna work it out.
Kinda
If you let Jesus- that was my Jesus gonna work it out days. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I was like, ooh.
You used to speak in tongues?
Huh?
You used to speak in tongues?
He didn't go
No,
that
hell
far.
no.
Yeah.
No.
I just used to kick it at church.
Oh, okay.
After my mama after my mother wasn't able to make me go to court no more, I took a
Church.
long break. Then I start back hanging at church because the women at church are a lot easier than the women at the clubs.
Right. He was man.
And people think that's where you go to find a wife. And that's just not the place. Go, Mac, be good, baby.
Good to
That's
see you,
not
Gummy.
that's not the place you go to find a wife. Church is full of the lost,
Yeah, that's
perpetrating like they found.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go to churches, especially where you live in Atlanta. They got them super churches out there.
Man,
Bible
Atlanta,
Belt.
Sodom and Gomorrah out there.
Right, it's the place to kick it.
This nigga's pregnant in Atlanta.
It's tough out
Hey,
there.
to put the little suit on my head and shit. You wrong for that.
In Atlanta, you can go to the doctor and get a shitterus. Go ahead.
Atlanta, you can do what?
You can go to this. You can get shitterus surgery. You can get a clitoris added to your booty in Atlanta. motherfucker.
Jesus Christ.
You stupid. You stupid, man. Anyway, I don't know what Darlene has this week, but we're going to thug it out.
Well, we're already coming close. I'll keep it short.
Darlene's loose talk
About bullshit.
When she bring up subjects and we just comment on it.
Yeah.
Well, geez, thank you guys. Anywho, so we're all pretty familiar, right, with the nationwide Amber Alert, right?
No. What
Okay,
happened?
well, an Amber Alert, you know what that is, right? What's an Amber Alert to you?
When a
Anyway,
kid
like,
comes up missing.
it alerts the law enforcement, all transportation systems, and all media when a child has been abducted, right?
Yeah.
Well, now a new California alert has been activated, and it's called the Ebony Alert. And it came out because a Senator, Stephen Bradford, a brother, who pushed California Governor Gavin Newsom to pass it, saying that black people disappear at a disproportionately higher rate. So unlike the Amber Alert, though, that deals with only individuals 17 and younger who come up missing or are abducted,
They check all Cadillacs.
the Ebony Alert will be from ages 12 to 25, and it just, I think, went through this week. And it will also include those with mental challenges and those that may be also sex trafficked.
Mental challenges?
Yeah.
The Ebony Alert is.
The Ebony Alert will also
Oh,
be
come
for
on, man.
12 to
We all know
25
this is the
years.
way they can pull you over and fuck with you now.
Yeah,
They
that
say
makes
it's the Ebony Alert.
And before you go asking about other ethnicities, because right now it's being sweated because other ethnicities are like, well, hold on. What about, and it's like, well, I didn't know if you guys knew this before. Did you know?
About the orange chicken alert?
Wait, did you know that there?
Oh, shit.
Did you know that there's an indigenous people alert? I didn't know that. It's called the Feather Alert. I didn't know it's actually official. Did not know that, which was signed last year, but did we hear about it? No.
What?
Also, there's a Silver Alert. That's for missing seniors. And then there's even a Blue Alert. Of course, that's for missing police officers. Anyway, now they're trying to get other states to follow. California is the only one by adding the Ebony Alert. I don't know.
What is going on with y'all state? I know y'all live here. We just blow the shit up, start over. What is going
But
on
no,
out
it's
here?
going down. Like California is about to go into the ocean in about 2 years. Remember I said it on this show.
Well,
It's
they've
gonna
been
go in
saying
the
that
ocean.
since day
Shit,
one.
I
but
ain't
It
here.
doesn't make any sense to people outside of California what y'all are doing over here. It
It's
really
crazy.
doesn't.
It's crazy. I got addicted to this weather out here, but
It is nice
I
weather.
understand what's happening where I'm like, okay, California, I thought this is where I was going to be. And I was going
Yeah,
for the rest of my life, but I'm like, I don't know about California.
It's the worst state
I'll
in
come
so
visit
many
it,
ways. Yeah, just
but-
visit.
Right, I
Even
can't.
for men, if you want to get in relationships, to get married out here, or at least to get divorced out here.
Well, this
It's
is
the
one of the worst
absolute
places.
worst.
They cut kids' private parts off out here. It's crazy out here. The stuff that they have passed
Like
is
circumcision?
No, sex changes. So like a
Oh, they're
12-year-old
allowing
kid
them
out
to do
here,
that, yeah.
they'll put them on hormones.
At 12?
They'll put 'em on hormones.
This whole state.
Yeah,
They
it's
got so
crazy.
many testimonies of those kids regretting what they did.
Yeah, especially the young boys, because it messes with the density of their bones. So once
What
they
messes with the density of
when
the
they
bone?
take those hormones, like for sex changes at like 11, 12, before they've had a chance to fully develop, the medicine
And
actually
you can't reverse
decreases the density of their bones. So when they get older, they're very
What
fragile.
I'm talking about with the sex change, if you got a boy with a new clit I
A
mean,
shitterous.
like, this clit is gonna be woe out before you even get a chance to get it beat
Oh
up.
my God.
We just know
What are
this.
y'all
This is what I'm
doing out
saying.
here, man? They need to. Y'all know
I
how
might
these,
move out there.
listen, y'all know how these Israelis are doing the Gaza Strip, just bombing it up, man. Hey, California, I don't know what y'all are doing out here. Y'all need to, y'all need to start over.
Self-destruction for real.
New York is just as bad though.
Is it?
New York might be worse.
You think New York worse than California?
As far as the laws, yeah. I mean, same people, same type of people run it.
Yeah.
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 Oh, anyway.
What else you got, D?
All right, so I don't know if you heard of this, that soccer player Ronaldo, or football, but soccer player Ronaldo, for a while there, they were afraid that he was facing 99 lashes for hugging an Iranian woman. He does play for the team he plays for. It's a Saudi Arabian team. They pay him, I think he's actually probably makes the most in that league. He was leaving the hotel and he went to hug an Iranian artist. She was in a wheelchair and he leaned down to hug her, took a picture, accepted her gifts, and they immediately said, uh-oh, if he comes back here, because he was just playing there that night, that he would be, that they were going to give him the 99 lashes. Well, now they've cleared it and they said no, because they consider that adultery. So he got off of that. They said, no, we're going to basically give him a pass, because everybody was sweating it, because that's considered adultery, hugging a Iranian woman.
Hey, it's something I think you might want to play on the show. I'm gonna send it to you.
Wait,
Related
so
to that
you
topic.
saying in Iran, if you hug a woman,
It's considered adultery. Another man. So when he was hugging he was hugging her, accepted the gift. It was very sweet.
no,
if you watch the,
they looked at her and they
Here we
said,
go. No.
we'll break the rules for her.
Oh, they
Do you
felt
see
bad.
that
Is what
woman?
you're saying?
That woman looked crazy.
No, she's just.
That was a sympathy hug.
Yeah.
It's just like when you hug people who ain't got no legs and they be at your show. They be like, hey, Corey, I come to all your shows. You be like, oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying? It's sympathy. It's got love with it too, but it's mainly sympathy. Oh, you can't.
Okay, well, sympathy or not, I'm glad that they didn't do that to him, because it was. I saw the whole video and it was very sweet. of him, so
They got money and power. That soccer team that he played for got money and power.
I'm glad that they didn't.
So
yeah.
rules get broken when you have money and power.
Well, I'm glad that they broke that one. I am. That's true. They wanted to keep making the money. Well, you're right. I'm glad. And I know that we already spoke about the Jada Pinkett Smith. And all the stuff that's coming out is because she is on a publicity tour, or as I can say, stint, promoting her new upcoming book, which I will not be getting. It's called Worthy. And she's pretty much going off, to me, it's like off the rails. I don't understand how I don't want it. I don't believe anything anymore. So I don't know if you guys have heard some of the stuff that she's been saying on this publicity tour promoting the book.
Well, what did she say, D?
Well, basically, people were like, oh, I bet you she's going to talk a lot about, the slap or Will Smith. And yeah, she does hit on it, they say, because only media people have read it so far. But they say that even in first chapter, it's like, here we go. It's like she brings up Tupac. So apparently you mentioned earlier, yes, she did. She's claiming that he proposed to her and he wanted to marry her when he was in prison. But he didn't. He married this other girl. I don't know.
Right.
She's already refuted that. The other girl has come out and said, what the hell? So she's now claiming that he asked her to marry her when he was locked up. And then also she said that none of you guys knew this, but the reason why he was always bald is because he too has alopecia like myself.
Right.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? Nobody else has ever said that. None of his family. So but the worst thing that she's out there saying now, and saying that it's in the book, is that she was surprised when she went with Will to the Oscars for that slap year, that he used the word wife. Remember when he said, keep my fucking wife's name out of your mouth? She said she came there not being his wife because they hadn't been together in years. And we're talking like 16 years. She's claiming that they've been separated.
You just said they were separated for 16 years.
Yeah, something crazy like that. Yeah, she just said it. It's in the book.
Since 2013.
2006. Yeah, and that she said that they've been separated. That he has
16.
He has not used that word wife to
Darlene,
describe.
you said they've been not together since 2016. They've been separated 16 years.
No,
right?
not together as a wife and a husband. In her eyes, is what she's saying. Is she's saying they're separated. They're together. They present themselves as husband and wife, but that they're the only ones that knew. She said nobody else knew. That 6 years. Okay,
I know
so
it's
6 years.
I know.
Okay,
I was trying to
6.
help you out.
It doesn't matter either way. She's claiming that nobody knew that. These are all like so she's saying when she went there, she didn't go as his wife. She was in shock when he used that word. Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. And she said in one crazy interview, because she's only done it in one, where she said, I went there not considering not being his wife and left being his wife. And I said to myself, man, I really love this man. And I'm like,
What
for
a
what?
funky bitch.
And I'm like, for what? That he ruined his
a
career?
bitch, why you think you at the awards? Because
You
they
li-
was like, oh, we got to have Jada here.
Yeah.
You let him ruin his career. That's even worse. You should have threw yourself on the floor in front of him as he was walking up to that man and stopped that, especially knowing all this. So I don't
Here's
know.
the thing. It's not even
that's too
Jada's
much.
fault. It's not even Jada's fault.
Oh, I want to hear this.
This is 100% on Will. And let me tell you why.
Yeah,
Because
we wanna know.
what did we just talk about? We talked about how men typically are ambivalent to marriage. Men, we'll stay with a woman for 50 years, not get married. We don't give a shit. It's usually the women that's dragging us to the altar. This situation was reversed. It was against nature. Jada was constantly telling this man that she didn't want to get married.
That is true.
Jada was constantly telling this man that she didn't believe in monogamy. If a woman from the outset is telling you that she doesn't believe in traditional roles, and then you go ahead and marry her, it's almost like whatever comes after that is your fault, because you're going against nature, right? Women who don't want to get married, who don't believe in monogamy, who don't believe in having some type of partnership like that, what do you expect?
That's
this is
true.
exactly what you could have predicted on their wedding day.
That is true.
How is this her fault when she told this man from the jump, this is what it is?
I agree.
See,
Listen,
He
go
said-
ahead, Craig.
I agree because we're supposed to be accountable, but she's a covert narcissist. I look at it the other way. I feel like she gave him enough of her to get this economic stability that she needed, because she was a mid to low level actress and she would never be as successful as him. So I feel like she put on a mask just until she got to a point where she had, kind of the power she needed to be able to do what she's doing now, which is basically destroy him for forcing her to deny herself. And it, my bad.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just feel like, man, at the end of the day, everybody knows she, everybody don't know, but we assume that she really wants to be with a woman. You know what I'm saying? That's common knowledge that, So I feel like she, she just is looking at a way to completely destroy him before she leaves.
Well, you say she's wearing this mask. She's a covert narcissist. How is it covert if she was telling this dude the whole time?
I can't wait to say what I got to say about it.
Right? How is it a mask if she's showing this man this is what it is? She's having. You say she wants to have sex with women, which could absolutely be the case. She's obviously having sex with men. She's got kids with Will. She's having sex with the young dude.
Yeah.
She's all over the
Her
place.
son's friend. We don't say that.
The reason I say that it's covert is because she was willing to sacrifice her preferences for gain. At that time, her sexuality wasn't as important as her financial stability. So
That's what I was just finna say.
Yeah.
See, when you got paper, you could get almost any bitch to do what you wanted to do. When you got paper, the magic of paper, I ain't even got no paper. I ain't got no real paper. You would be amazed at what I get these bitches to do for the little nickels and dime. Boy, I got bitches out here having breakdance contests, boy. Will Smith had money and fame. She's not gonna be able to turn it down. Will Smith, you can say whatever you want to say. I know Will Smith was fucking them motherfucking actresses he was fucking working with. Especially the one little Spanish bitch. I can't think of her name. Will Smith is a monster out there with hoes and whatever the fuck else he doing.
Oh my God.
Cause he Will Smith, he got paper. When you got paper, you in America, you get the bitch you want with paper. Even if the bitch is against it. Even if she, marriage is not my, bitch, I got this paper. They gon' fuck with it. But this is a different case. She got the money. Why does she want, what is her hatred of this man?
Yeah, like why you keep continually,
But see, that's the thing.
talking like that about
She
him?
was saying that she was crying at the wedding.
Oh, she
like-
said she was drugged down. You just dragged me down. I don't want to be drugged down.
Of course she's going to take it out on this dude. Of course she's going to embarrass him. She doesn't really want to be in the marriage. She didn't want to be in the marriage from the start. Will is the one, oh, you're going to be my wife, and,
I'll
are
show
you
you.
married now? Are you with somebody? No, well, you're mine now. He was the one that put the full court press.
We had a t-shirt that say Will Smith, King Beta Male.
I mean, that's
We-
the thing,
Yeah,
right?
I agree, but
It's like, come on.
that lady,
Sad, but
If your wife, your future wife, is crying at the wedding because she doesn't want to marry you, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, that's
But
true.
you got her sounding
What
like
are you doing?
a hostage, man. I mean,
Well, let me tell you
she had
something.
to take dick to.
Listen, let me tell you something about these young women, man. Young women, and we all know this as dudes, they are susceptible to pressure. They are susceptible to societal pressure, peer pressure. If her family's telling her, oh, this is Will Smith, he's got paper, all of this and all that, right? Because, the mama in there, the aunt's in there talking.
I agree with what you said about them being susceptible to pressure, but listen, all that is until they get you. Once they get you, they don't give in to pressure. Like you say,
Facts.
her and her attorney are going to try and bring you down. In fact, it is the
100%.
job of the attorney to make sure that she leaves with all your works.
100%. The most she can get.
That's
The
right.
most she can get is absolutely true.
That's crazy.
Absolutely true. Just as a divorce attorney, though, when you see the opposite happening, when you already know something's wrong, when you see a woman who doesn't want to get married, she's crying, just like you said, crying at her wedding, really don't want to be there. Everybody's telling her, walk down the aisle. She don't want to be there. What do you think's going to happen?
But see, here's the thing, though, man. That's why I talk about the covert aspect, because she's flipping everything to where she's the victim.
Right.
She's
Oh, yeah.
complicit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah, that's
you-
true. That's true.
If you
Yeah,
read-
He made
yeah.
me do this.
Yeah.
there's a timeline that you can look up. I think it's on a website called Insight, and it outlines since 2003 all the things that she has said publicly about
That
Will.
was just, oh,
And it's just like
so-
super
These
disrespectful.
bitches out here.
So
I don't
sad.
care what I say to
100%.
them. They not finna fucking go down the aisle with me.
Right.
They're not finna do it because I ain't got that kind of paper for them.
Right.
Will Smith was motherfucking Wild Wild West. Wasn't that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they called him boy through the whole movie, which I peeped at. They called him boy through the whole movie. But I'm saying, like, these girls can't play that shit off with nobody like me, bitch. You a bandit.
I think
You,
Jada's.
you don't marry people you don't love, but when they got that paper, God damn it, you will do whatever.
That's so sad.
I think Jada's an opportunist. No disrespect, but this is just what it looks like on the outside. I think if she was successful, she would be Ellen DeGeneres. Like if she had paper, she wouldn't be fucking with no nigga. She'd be Ellen, Queen Latifah, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just think she submitted and sacrificed who she thinks she is for what she can gain financially, and now she think Will has to pay for this emotionally, in every possible way, So
I'm just going on a limb and just say this. I think she's the average woman. And if somebody thinks that, Corey, you wrong for that, I can take that criticism. I don't know many women that don't act like her. Most women act like her, man.
I don't know, man.
You wanna see what they say
having
his-
her kid
somewhat
write
of
the
his-
letter to Tupac.
That's-
I'm
see,
like,
that's
come
crazy.
Okay,
on,
it is
man.
extreme.
Like, yeah,
It is
come
extreme.
on. All right,
You're
all
right.
right, all right,
Or
all
to
right.
even currently say, and to currently say that was her soulmate while you're still married to
and
this
now she's
man.
starting to look like the nigga Pac
know
too.
what?
So I mean, all that shit.
But I'm saying, like, the letter to Tupac, this is what I definitely want to say. Okay, that's one of them things that bitches do.
Oh, to have your child?
A
That's
bitch
little-
will send her
that's some
child to
special
come
kind of
get
thing.
dog ashes.
Right.
Because the bitch don't talk to you no more. This is what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know many women who do righteous things.
Do you think that there's women who
I think they do the easy shit and play victim almost every time.
I agree. Do you
You
think
know-
there's,
Marrying Will Smith is easy.
you think there's women who, once they realize that their man is weak, that they try to destroy the kids and the man, like the family? Because I really feel like innately in women is a disdain and a disregard for all things weaker than them. Like how house cats, anything smaller than a house cat is gonna kill, or it's gonna bully around. I feel like women are the same way. So when a woman feels like she's an emotional giant in comparison to her man, I feel like something clicks in them where they feel like they gotta destroy this family, the kids, and everybody, so they can get them out of the way and get a more suitable man to put her in a position to be a woman, I guess. So,
Do they ever find them?
Never. They never find it. But look at the kids. The kids are not,
Let's do a case study on 30 random women from the hood.
But do you want to hear what they claim his response was to the book?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, we don't.
God.
We know that Will is going to put his motherfucking foot in
Who
his
is that?
own ass.
Why do we
Is that the
ask?
son?
Why? That's the
Yeah.
daughter.
He said, "Is that the son?"
Oh,
my-
shit.
that
was funny.
That's the letter when she had her write that letter. And I was like, dang, how old was she? 4? That letter looks
Look at
terrible.
that fucking letter, man.
I can't. It's like,
That's
look, this
crazy. She
little
is
child.
killing Will. This is
Anyway,
like the
okay.
whole
She
cool.
killing Will and basically got a man turning over in his grave. We know how outspoken Tupac was. I know he's like, I wish I could speak on this.
She's so damaged. If she would have been with Pac, she would be doing him the same way right now.
No,
But that
Pac-
letter would be the
Pac and
biggie.
Will are two different guys.
No, she would have. Pac didn't have no daddy like that. His shit would have turned out probably worse than Will's.
Have you ever seen Will at war with anybody except little Chris Rock when he slapped him on stage?
No, but
I've seen Tupac
Yeah.
at war with a lot of motherfuckers.
but not a bitch.
Well, I'm just saying, he was at war with Wendy Williams.
He was. Yeah.
Pac is a different type of personality, if you ask me. He's not gonna sit back and take
do
it.
all that.
Right.
Didn't he go to prison for? Yeah, he ain't gonna. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It's a different type of
It's
personality.
a different brother. It's a different brother.
So I'm not buying the book. I don't know that. Anyway, although his was good. I liked his.
Whose book was good?
I liked Will's memoir, the last one that he just put out last year. I thought it was really good. Anyway, and that was pre-slap. It came out like 2 months before the slap.
Somebody said Pac's father is alive. He's alive, but he wasn't
Involved.
there like that. Yeah.
So to end it, there's a couple of good music anniversaries, everybody.
Hold on, let me say
what?
something. So y'all saying Tupac's father is still alive, right?
His real father alive, yeah. But he was raised by Matulu.
Who was Matulu?
Matulu was a
sorry, D, I just
freedom
got
fighter that was really close with Geronimo Pratt. He was a part of the movement, and that was Tupac's stepfather. So
So
he,
if Tupac wouldn't have passed, you telling me it was a chance for him to do like that one dude did when he was talking to his father, when he said, "Deep down in my heart,
here's the one
I
line.
still love you."
Here's the thing.
So Tupac's father would have been like,
That's hilarious. The one
"Y'all
line.
sing that, right?"
Yeah.
That was an
was
ugly
messed
cry.
up.
Anyway.
I had to
But
get
here's the
it.
thing, though. I mean, Tupac did go through some dysfunction as a child, and so, and it's one line that makes me think that he's spitting a rhyme where I'm like, maybe he had a line where he said, "Although you was a crack fiend, mama, you always would be a black queen, mama." So with your mother being on drugs, there's a level of abandonment and a level of trauma that you experience watching your mother be on drugs and not be able to do some of the stuff that you would like her to do. So I think it would have been a chance that Jada could have
All
ran Pac
kids
like.
who mama on drugs grow up watching motherfuckers like try to fuck their mama. Like if you really just think about it, like when
Right.
your mama get high, you be watching motherfuckers try to come at your old girl,
Right.
Anyway.
and that is enough to destroy somebody.
Yeah.
Your homie brother fuck your mama.
Oh man. That's
Speaking of music, I'm gonna end it on some good. We can celebrate some good music anniversaries on the music side of the game. This month, celebrate the release of Anthony Hamilton's "Coming From Where I'm From." It's been 20 years. That's incredible. And then also celebrate. This is a good thing because I want to try and grab one of these before it sells out. Also, we celebrate a double anniversary for Outkast, both the 20th anniversary this month of Speaker Box to Love Below.
Shout out to KS.
There you go, which went 13 times platinum. And the 25th anniversary of Aquemini. With hits like, I'm just going to say, to help commemorate, though, I want to get to this. The two multi-platinum selling albums are together in a limited edition vinyl collector's gift.
I gotta buy that.
Yeah, and it contains both albums in it. Also will come with 3 unique colored LPs that are encased in gold foil stamped jacket with all the lyrics inserted on the sleeves.
Outkast,
that's incredible. So come on.
Greatest group ever.
So that's this
100%.
month, and I think
Shout out
it
to
drops
the ATL.
exactly. That's one of my favorite groups. This winter, I've got so many Outkast hoodies. I love it. So one of my favorite groups. So anniversary.
Met them. They all good. They seem like really good guys.
Yeah, they
Right?
fucking
Oh my
Outkast. Top
gosh.
nuts.
Anyway, there we go.
All right. Well, listen. What time do we start? 8:30. Yeah, 8:20 something.
So 20 minutes.
I just really want to make sure that my audience is aware of the brother lead attorney and what he does, and can see his wisdom as he puts it out there for the world. Brother, like you're a YouTuber.
Yeah, man, I got my YouTube channel. I see a lot of folks in the chat, man. Shout out to the Do Better podcast, going in with $100 supporting this show. Shout out to A-Free, $100 supporting this show. Shout out to the little gaming channel,
Nice.
$100 supporting this show, man. Y'all are showing out. I'm sure there's been some other ones too I haven't seen, but thank y'all, everybody from my channel over here supporting. Everybody, please subscribe to this brother. You will find no one realer on YouTube
Thanks,
than
brother.
Corey Holbert. He is the realest one.
Thanks,
so
brother.
please subscribe to my man.
That means a lot coming from you, brother. Yeah, so like, what's your YouTube channel? I want to make sure everybody knows how to get in touch with you, because I'm sure people got questions that they might be able to throw on there, or might even be able to go on your site for information, because you can get information from the lead attorney and his expertise on things. How do they do that?
Yeah, you can go on my website. It's just leadattorney.com, or you can follow me on my channel. Over there, I talk about relationships, talk about marriage and these divorces, but from a men-centric point of view. I started my channel because I saw so many men making basic mistakes that was costing them everything. And, you know, it doesn't really cost me anything to sit here and give guys game. But that same game, that same information, it really cost me my entire adult life to learn. So they say, you know, when an old person dies, it's kind of like a library burning down.
Yeah.
So I just want to get this information out. You know, we suffered this last year with the death of Kevin Samuels. If everybody put KS in the chat, man, Kevin had so much wisdom and passed way too early.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine. And
Yeah, that's tragic. Oh my gosh.
yeah, it's just horrible. So I really believe in getting this information out. Also, speaking of information, I talk about how to do YouTube, how to live stream. I think I was the 17th most super chatted channel in the United States last year for the
congrats.
entire
Hey, wow, that's
2022.
huge.
Yeah, so really trying to put people on game about how to do this.
And
how to
big shout
make-
out to Kevin Samuels, right? Because he showed you a lot of the game.
Yes, Kevin showed me so much. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. I saw him in here with the 400 million Russian bucks or whatever that was. He gave me my first big collab. Really helped me put my channel on the map, man.
That's
so
great.
shout out to the OG O'Shea. But yeah, so I just give information about how to do this live streaming thing. You know, it's interesting. Tasha K just released her bank statement showing that she was making like $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month on YouTube. And that's nothing. I mean, when I had just 100,000 subscribers, I was making 50,000 a month. I show all of my analytics on my channel. If y'all are interested in starting a YouTube channel, you really should. Even if you can only get like another $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 off YouTube. I mean, $10,000 a month, that's really life-changing money for the vast majority of Americans. So if you're interested in that, y'all can check me out on my website as well. I sell 2 courses, $300-400, and I give you guys the game. So I just really appreciate you having me on, Corey, man. It's an excellent show, and it's just an honor to be here.
For sure, brother. Let me tell you something, man. I recognize the people that are good for us. And when I say us, I don't only mean black people. There are so many people in bad situations where information from you can help them, man. And trust me, you're reaching them. You're reaching them more than you can even imagine. Like, I know people aren't coming up to me lying to me when they say, man, you helped me out so much with what you said. It just changed the way I thought about things. So I'm honored to have you on here. And like I said, I was shocked. I didn't know you was that tall.
He's tall.
Yeah, he'll whoop your ass if you get out of line, man. This is
Motherfucker,
bigger.
lead your ass to the ass. Hey, lead attorney big as RZA.
There's George Foreman Jr. in here,
Well,
man.
tall is RZA, though.
Is RZA taller?
They about the same size. They about the same size. I'm
When we
6'2".
came in here,
legit.
brother, and I saw you, I was like, oh, I thought this was a little bitty nigga.
Yeah, man. Tasha K got me fucked up. Had everybody thinking I was in a wheelchair. That was man.
I didn't have my run-ins with that lady. I don't go back and forth with her because, I mean, like, yo, I'm saying, like,
It's not working.
we don't have the
at some
same
point.
following. So, like,
Correct.
Yeah, that's
what, like,
audience.
whatever she said about me is not gonna hurt nothing on my end. Like, I don't care. I challenge people to find something about me that's gonna embarrass me. I put most of my stuff out there anyway. Most of my stuff is out there. I think that's the best way to combat shit when you talk shit.
Just put it out there yourself.
Right? God damn it. So I'm saying, no, it's big time having you here, brother. Kraig, what's happening with you, man?
Oh, man, I'm at the Tampa Improv on November 1st. Then November 2nd, I'm at a club Mic Drop telling jokes in Chandler, Arizona. And then San Diego on the 30th, I'll be at a club Mic Drop San Diego. Then I'm hosting a show weekly on Fridays here at Station 1640. Get those tickets, they're going to sell out. I'm going to be roasting the shit out of everybody. If you feel like you can roast and you want to get your ass lit up, man, come out there, man, and create some content with me. Station 1640 every week,
There it
every
is.
Friday.
That's what's up.
There it is. D, I'm seeing that 5150 tracksuit you got on.
See, these are the new ones, guys. And we
They
have
on
it-
sale in the store?
It's in the store and they're up for sale. We have it in the double pink, and we also have white, cream, winter cream, looks white on it, with black. And these are the new drip letters, so it's also in the back. And that's so funny. Look, we both wore the same.
Got the
Same
kicks.
shoes.
That was a coincidence.
It's
I ain't
super
seen the-
coincidence. And a tracksuit, or his might be a jumpsuit. I don't know. He wears those baby jumpsuits.
It's a tracksuit.
I
D.
know. I'm messing with you, God. Anyway, yes, they're in the store.
Anyway, so yo, I hope this episode has been informative. What is that? What they say? Is that what's in the chat? How many is it? Okay.
Nice.
That's what's up, man.
Buy that chill with us.
500. Hey,
Man,
we
that's
showed you.
awesome.
We appreciate you people checking out the show, man, because you know the brother, his people in there, and goddamn it, our people in there, and I want to have more brothers out here who I feel like can help the cause on the show, and I got to pick you. And I think you should definitely pick who you think can help the cause.
Yeah.
Because you can't have everybody up there because everybody think they can help the cause.
Facts.
I got so many people trying to get in touch with me. So is it my week, Corey? Come on,
my
man.
Those are the upcoming shows. How
Where?
was New Orleans? Oh, I'm sorry. I know we're trying to end it.
New Orleans was crazy, man.
I bet it was.
I almost got into a fight in New Orleans.
Oh no.
I don't understand why people do this to people. Hey, man, come here. Who the fuck is you talking to, motherfucker? Come here. I ain't no come here nigga. That shit actually got me fired up. I'm not a nigga you, hey, come here.
Nah.
I'm gonna write that.
Yeah.
Wow.
put that in my
Yeah?
next
Is
rap.
that what they do?
Hilarious.
Where I'm from, when somebody do that, they trying to
Come
fight you or rob you.
Yeah, Rob, you
Somebody
for
say,
sure.
hey, man, come here.
What is that?
I had this dude, he was hugging his little short fat bitch. Him and his woman was like, come here, come here, come here.
What? Oh, they must have been.
I was like, I
on
don't do
the
that
sauce.
come here shit, homie. I don't know what to say,
Yeah.
but it's my fault. I still walk down the street by myself. You know, in New Orleans, sometimes before you know it, you on a dark street and you feel it. When I be thinking I'm Superman, but I'm like, man, I gotta start having somebody with me, man. Cause you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I be thinking can't nobody whoop me, but I'm an old nigga now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, about to get old. That's true.
Right.
Man, that's true.
I'm getting old, man. I got to start having a motherfucker. I just got to go and pay that, come up off that, because it's not safe for me out here. It's people out here who do not know how to approach people.
Facts.
That's true, yeah.
They do not know how to approach people. I know, like, when you at the airport and shit, do people do too much?
Like Byron Scott.
The airport
Byron
in
Scott.
Atlanta, man, this is Byron Scott.
You know who Byron Scott is?
Yeah, the basketball player.
Right. See, I have no idea how old you are, brother.
I'm 46.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's a
You
baby.
know what's up.
I'm a baby.
Let me
me,
put
yes.
that thing in your dick. That's what I'm saying.
What's to me?
You call a grown man a baby. D has been cheating. D been cheesing the whole show.
He's younger. Yes.
Get led in. The led in attorney. No.
You might have to sign that fucking up.
That's what's up.
Make
man.
that flight better for him tomorrow. But anyway, nah, man, listen, man, we gotta. I was talking to the brother about building a community of people like an alliance. Like there's certain podcasts I think we should all link and become like a superpower, and maybe shoot a TV show where we're up here and we're talking, because there's a lot of people would love to see some of us all get together and have something to say about the state of what's happening, because we don't have that. Like I said, I always bring up when the plane crashed into the buildings on 9/11, BET News turned into ABC News or whatever. They cut off BET News when the plane crashed. There was no our perspective type shit going on television. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that.
Right.
Now, we know they'll shut these things down if we talk about it, but we just got to get it shut down. That's what I feel, because there's another point of view of things that's happening. I don't know what's going on with the Israel thing right now. I don't know what's happening really. But I got a feeling we're not getting the information we need.
World War III is
that's
on
such
the
a
way,
great
man.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty much.
It's on
Say
the way.
what you say, Craig?
Said World War III is on the way, man.
I don't know anything. Do you know anything about it, brother?
Yeah, I've been
It's pretty
following
bad,
it close,
yeah.
man.
It's
It's
pretty
all messed up.
Yeah.
That's all messed up.
We don't root for human life to be took down in masses, but we understand what's happening. And I am smart enough to know that there's a group of people who are in charge of this world, and this stuff don't happen without their okay. That's just my opinion. There's nothing happening where somebody's bold enough to pull it. When they're bold enough to pull it, you know what I'm saying? Then we'll know what's happening. But because nobody's bold enough to pull it, we don't know what's happening. We watch the news and we get that information.
Too much money involved, yeah. They don't want to lose it.
Yeah. So whatever is happening, I want to say, I'm not for a human life being destroyed in masses at all. I'm not for that. But I really wish I knew exactly what was happening. And I believe I can get information on exactly what was happening from certain people. And I'm going to get that information. Because when I watched the news, they had Biden up there talking about, this is worse than the Holocaust.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, did he say it's worse than I don't know what's happening. What's happening?
Yeah.
Well, a whole lot of, a lot of people were killed in where? Israel and the Gaza Strip.
Yeah.
Like, so this is what I'm saying. Like, most people on my channel don't know who the Palestinians are. Like, we don't know this. That's why it has to be broken down to us so we can really understand what's happening and start doing the, Santa Claus coming to town reaction to shit. Because it ain't working with me no more. Whenever the news is talking, I'm like, yes, so what really happened?
Oh, they'll get
Yeah.
flagged. They've got.
Oh, thousands of years.
realize Israel is surrounded by all Arabic
Phil don't know what he talking about. But look, what I'm saying is we need the right information. Okay. You live where?
Whoa. Oh, look at Phil.
Phil used to play in Israel for the what was the name of the team?
Should play on Jimmy Iovine. And
What was the name of the Israel team, Phil? Maccabi Hypers. You Haifa. You are a Haifa. That's great, Phil.
he said you were a Haifa.
I'm fucking with Phil. Phil know I fuck with him. Anyway, we gonna wrap it up. But yo, we got the lead attorney in, and I'm saying like I hope you will come back and visit us again, brother.
100%, whenever, man. Just really appreciate it. Love to come on real podcasts, real shows, man.
Respect, bro.
Yeah,
Respect,
man,
bro.
Yeah,
Respect, man.
100%. Thank you.
I was just cracking jokes being unorthodox. I was trying to throw you off, man. You did a good job.
No, this is all good, man. It's all good. We got so much knowledge to share, and it's important to do it on different platforms so you can touch different audiences and let people know. You know, it's so much information that'll help us, especially men, because men really need help. These women doing what they're doing, they got help from the government and this and that. Society holds them up. It's really the men who need help these days, and so to the extent that we can do that, it's amazing.
That's what's up. Well, this is 5150. We ain't going nowhere. What up, Phil? Oh yeah, man, this is a busy week. God damn it.
We doing a song?
It's 10:30. Ready.
I'm going out there to preach and give the word of God in Memphis. What's the name of that church? I forgot the name of the church in Memphis.
Graceland?
They already got their tickets. You already know that.
Somebody said Turtle Power.
Turtle Power, right.
The chat was the fun.
Oh, the trap was terrible, dog.
Graceland Soundstage
I've been
in
in
Memphis.
tears the whole episode.
All right.
Oh, DJ Cadillac.
That's Friday. That's this
Shannon
Friday.
Sharp.
What's the date?
Leave poor Shannon alone.
Graceland Soundstage, October
They did him
20th.
wrong.
Then the next day, the 21st, we about to act a fool with the Lord.
21st is Detroit.
That's what I was just going to say. Out there, we going to Detroit.
My niece is coming to that show.
God damn it. What's the big theater out there? I forgot the name of it. The Fox.
In Fox Theater, Detroit.
Come on now, Detroit. Y'all already know what's up. And in New York, I'm expecting New Yorkers to show up at this place in New York. It's called the Town Hall Theater. I think it's in Manhattan.
Oh, wow.
Manhattan. Look, dog, let's raid Manhattan. I'm not renting a car. I'm not giving them $75 for the car and $75 to park it. It's not about that. When you get to Manhattan, boy, they run through your wallet. That little credit card about to get woe out.
I stay
Like a
in
goldfish
Jersey.
in the piranha tank.
You don't stay in Jersey when you go?
I've done that before, but I just can't do it no more.
Really?
I can't get on the train like I used to.
That's
And like if you catch an Uber at a certain time
gonna
from
be
Jersey
$100.
to New York, it ain't just the money, it's the time. Get
Oh,
through
yeah.
that tunnel.
Yeah.
And them drivers don't like to go over through the tunnel. They'll turn you away because they don't make no money when they get to
And
New
she's
York.
sitting right.
Because
Yeah.
it costs a lot with the tolls and everything. But I'll be at the show, and I'm saying all my crazies from New York, Jimmy Moore, I know your crazy ass gonna be up there, boy.
Oh, Troy might come through too, huh? Because that's close.
Troy, you know, got love
What
for
up,
Troy.
Yeah.
My man gonna be there.
Ooh.
Bow-legged Lou.
Oh, that's right. They
Oh,
always-
the
He got at
legend.
me.
Y'all gonna do a song?
We might do a song. He know how to freestyle. His freestyle
Yeah.
game cold.
Craig was
Yeah.
at one of our first shows when they came through.
That's
When
them
they-
is legends right there,
Yeah.
man.
So we gonna have some fun out there. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all look, New York, y'all better
Support.
come through. Come see the word of the Lord. You can call it comedy if you want to, but it's the word of the Lord. Anyway.
God.
So yeah, we gonna wrap it up, man.
One
But
more time,
look,
we're gonna take pictures so folks can see exactly how tall he is.
Darlene flirting. Look.
I am not.
Shout out to
You take
Darlene.
it.
Hey! Get a motherfucking happy moment.
Oh, I'm sweating.
Y'all should do an OnlyFans.
Everybody's
OnlyFans.
sweating.
Yeah.
It's hot in here today.
Corey
Craig
pay for it, right,
forehead look
Corey?
Like a,
Corey, they gonna do OnlyFans. You gonna pay for it?
lead the blind. That's what they gonna call it.
Oh, wow.
All right, fuck it. Hey, y'all. 5150.
Again.
Love y'all. We up.
The 5150 show. 5150 show. 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 The 5150 show. 5150 show.